Hey 10th kids, Pastor Lawrence here, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today is the start of a new month. Boys and girls, can I tell you a secret? I just love it when we're in a new month, because that usually means that we get to learn something new together, and today is no different. We have a new theme for this month. Our theme for this month is the presence of God is rejected. Have you heard of that word before? I can tell you that it's a not so nice feeling kind of word. Rejected is the opposite of accepted. Rejected is when someone doesn't want you. That is such a sad word. Why was the presence of God rejected? Well, we're going to try to figure out that this entire month. Today, I have some cards with me today that will help us with our lesson, and we're going to play a matching game, and you're going to help me out. So like I said, I have some pictures here that will help us with our story. They're flipped over right now, and I have 10 of them. So let's see here. Aha! I have a picture of Jesus' friends. Now let's see if I can find the matching one. That's not it. So let's flip it back again and start again. Okay, let me choose a different picture. Oh, this is the other picture of Jesus' friends. Boys and girls, do you remember where the other picture is? Is it this one? Yes, great job. In our story today, Jesus and his friends were in Jerusalem during a special event that the Israelites celebrated called Passover. Let's go look for our next picture. And I'm gonna flip over this one. Oh, these ones aren't matching. I'm gonna try to flip this one. And flip this one. That's not matching either. I'm gonna flip that back again. And I'm gonna choose this one. I have a picture of bread. Do you guys remember where the other picture is? That's right, it's this one. Jesus gathered all of his friends together to have a special meal. He had some bread, and he prayed and broke the bread up and gave it to all of his friends to eat. Now let's go look at our next photo. I'm gonna choose this one. And this one. That's not matching either. What if I chose this one? I found the other wine glass. Do you guys remember where the other one is? You guys are so smart. It's this one. Jesus also had a glass that had wine in it. Just as he did with the bread, he prayed and gave some of the wine to all of his friends to drink. Now, let's see here. There's only 4 left, so it's going to be a lot easier now. Let's do this one. And let's do this one. That seems to be the wrong one too. Now, let's try this one right over here. Guys, do you guys remember where a picture of feet were? That's right, this one, right over here. After they had finished eating dinner, Jesus got up and decided to do something very surprising. He was going to help wash his friends' feet. In those days, this was an important thing to do because people walked everywhere. There were no cars, but they just simply walked. Now, I only have 2 pictures left, so let's flip that over. And of course, the last picture is, you guessed it, it's Jesus. Even though Jesus was the King of Kings and a leader and a teacher, he also served his friends. He served them a meal by breaking bread and sharing wine, and he served them by washing their feet. Today's story was about Jesus serving. He wasn't really rejected in this story, but later this month we're going to hear another story that happened shortly after this when he was rejected. In today's story, we also learn about a time when Jesus had dinner with his friends. Today we have something that's called communion. You might have heard or seen your parents participate in this on a Sunday. The bread and wine are symbols for Jesus and what he has done for us. And today we're going to do an activity that's going to reflect that. Before we go to our activity corner, can we pray together? Awesome. Let's put our hands together, close our eyes, and talk to God. Dear Jesus, we thank you that you are a servant leader, that you are the King of Kings, and that you love us so much. We pray that we would take your lessons and your teachings to heart, and that we would also serve just as you did. We pray all of these things in your name. Amen. All right, let's go to our activity corner. Hey 10th kids! Welcome back to our activity corner. This is where we'll teach you all sorts of fun activities, crafts, and games. This will also be the time to pull out your activity boxes. Your activity box has all sorts of materials that will help with each of our activities. If you don't have one yet, you can ask your parents to go register for yours today. Go to 10th.ca/activitybox. You can also print your own materials at home and gather supplies yourself, whatever is easier for you and your family. Today is the beginning of a new month, and it's a new theme. The presence of God was rejected. Today's lesson, we learned about a special meal that Jesus shared with his friends, and you helped me by finding the matching cards. Although the story wasn't really about Jesus being rejected, this story is important because it helps to remind us of how Jesus accepted his friends in his life, and how he did this through sharing a meal. Today, we're going to do something similar, and here is what you'll need. Cookies, juice boxes, and if you have it at home, you can also grab a plate. Feel free to pause the video while you gather your materials if you want to do the activity along with me, or you can also watch the whole video first and then do the activity on your own time. So, today, we are going to be doing something different for our activity. In fact, we are going to be doing this with another person. This can be a friend or someone in your family. But today, I don't have someone with me today, but I will just let you know how this activity goes. For this activity, it's best to have a grown-up with you to help you. Because we're going to be using food, the first thing we're going to do is wash our hands. So let's go do that right now. All right, now that our hands are clean, we can do our activity. Our activity this week is very simple. Jesus shared a meal with his friends, so I want you to take the cookies and the juice boxes that you have to share it with a friend or family member. We're going to take out our cookies, and each cookie has a package of 2, so there's one for you and one for a friend or family member for you to share. But before we do, just as Jesus did, we're going to pray. So let's do that right now. Dear Jesus, thank you for this snack. Thank you for what you have done for us. In your name we pray. Amen. Now, all you need to do is share with your friend or family member. This is also a good time to ask them how their day is going and share something exciting or sad that has happened in your day. Whatever you'd like. Although what we're doing today is not communion, today's activity reminds us that Jesus shared with his friends. He shared a meal with his friends, but he also shared his life with them. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next week. Bye.